Hello everyone, in this exercise of Autocad we will understand about the move command that is in the modify panel. I have explained in the previous exercise offset command, trim and extend and the copy command. In this exercise, that is the 16th exercise, I will explain the move command. First I will create two objects here. One is the line here, ortho on here in the status bar, 1000, enter out of the command. I am creating here circle here, 100 mm radius, 100, enter. These are the two objects. Move command in the modify panel, I am selecting this one. Modify commands are used whatever geometry we make in the draw panel, that we have to update that. In this panel we just update the drawing, modify the things, geometry which make in the draw panel. Okay, so I select move, select the object, enter, and now you select the base point. You also see in the command line, select the base point. Suppose you can select any base point. Suppose I select this quadrant, this quadrant, this quadrant, this quadrant. Suppose I want to move this quadrant at this end point of this line. Then click here and keep ortho off. And here, move this one. Now it is moved. Undo it. Now, dynamic input, this one. I will explain later on this thing. Relative, this one. Okay. Now I want to move at the center of this circle at this one. I want to move this object. The center should be located at the end of this one. How? Move command, select the object, enter, select this base point. I am selecting this base point, center of this circle. Select and keep ortho off and this one. Click here. In this way you can move. Okay. Now, shortcut for the move is M on the keyboard. Press M key, enter. Now select the object. This one, enter. Now select the base point. Suppose I want to move this circle at a distance of 100 mm in this direction. Keep ortho on now this time. Okay, now you can move in this direction, this direction, any direction you can move. Okay, and suppose I want to move in this direction, 1000. This, enter. Now it is moved. And click here, this one. Okay, now suppose I want to move it here. Select it, enter, select the base point. Suppose I want to move in X and Y direction. So you will see a message coming near my cursor. You give the value. Suppose I want to move 500, 500. Enter. If you measure this distance, this one, click. Now you see in X direction distance is 500 and center point is from this point and vertical direction is 500. Okay, this I given the X and Y direction. Now another option I can give the distance and angle also. Okay, now see, undo it, undo. Now suppose I press M key on the keyboard, enter, select this, enter, base point. Suppose I want to give the length, distance is for example 600, and now press tab key for angle. Suppose angle I want to give 30, enter, this one. If you measure this one, distance, this point and this point, now this one, now you will see the distance from this point is 600 and angle is 30 degree. In this way you can move the object. Okay, this one, undo it, undo. Okay, now move command, select this one, enter. Suppose I don't want to select the base point. For this there is another option, move specify base point displacement method. In displacement, you can select the displacement, or displacement is a default option, or either you can press enter. Both option you can. Suppose I click on displacement. Okay, now you can give the displacement of this circle object. Suppose in x direction 500 and comma 600 in another direction. Enter. If you measure the distance, this and this is 500 and this is 600. Exit. Undo. In this method, actually in this method, there is no need to select the base point. Suppose I am explaining again. Move command, select this, enter. I am not selecting in base point. Okay, now command line you are seeing the message displacement and displacement. This is default option. This time I am pressing enter. You can adopt any option. Either you click on displacement or press enter. I am pressing enter. This one. Now you give the value. Suppose in the distances you are giving the, suppose 800 angle. For angle you press tab key, angle value is 45 degree, for example. This one. If you measure this one, distance, and this one, 800 is the distance and angle is 45 degree from the horizontal line. In this way you can move this one. Undo it. Actually these are the relative coordinates. Suppose in absolute coordinate I want to move this object at the origin. How? In the status bar there is a dynamic input. Dynamic input you can bring this button. If you don't have, in the status bar, in the corner side in the status bar there are 3 lines. You can customize here dynamic input. If you uncheck it, it will disappear. Click, this will come here. Okay, now right click on this dynamic setting. Now here go enable pointer input setting. Now you go in the Cartesian format and absolute coordinates. Okay, and okay. Now suppose I want to bring this object at center. Move command, select object, enter, select the base point and give the value of 0, 0, comma 0, enter. Now it comes here. Again, move command, this one. Now we are in absolute coordinate system. Enter this, select the base point. Now give the value. Give the x and y value. Suppose 500, comma 500. Enter. If you measure the distance, zoom it. Now the coordinates are 0, 0. If the 0, 0 coordinates are doesn't come, you please zoom and click now. Now click and measure distance. This one. Now you will see 500. Click outside. You will see the 500, the coordinate of this center point. This is x direction. This is y direction. Okay. And in this way you can make this one. Now dynamic input, right click here, right click, then you go in the setting. Now I am changing enable pointer input setting, and now I'm changing polar format and relative, this one. Okay, now we are in the relative format. Suppose I want to move this one, enter, base point and this center point. This I have moved here. Okay. Now suppose you want to move this object, complete object. By crossing window you select it. The whole object is selected. Remove it here from here and press and take your mouse cursor on this line and press the left mouse button and drag it. You can move in this way also. In this way you can move also. Again I am explaining. This select by window, this one, Now you bring your cursor on this, and now press left mouse button and drag it, this one. In this way you can move also. Or another way, select it by crossing window, selecting by crossing window. Now object is come, whole object, you have to select the whole object. Okay, now press control key and arrow key. If you want to bring here, you want to bring here, you want to bring down this way, this one. In this way you can, by pressing control key, you can move here and here, there. Okay, and escape. Suppose this is the drawing. Suppose I want to create another drawing. You can move also from one drawing to another. Click on this button and this button. Okay, now you go in the view tile vertically or horizontally. You can press this one. Now both the drawings are coming here. Okay, you can go from here, one drawing. In the tab section, you can go from one drawing to another. This one, this one, this one, now this one. Okay, now I am in this drawing. If I click here, I am in this drawing. Okay, suppose I want to move this in this drawing, this one, drawing 2. So first you select it by crossing window. Select it, all object is selected. Now bring your cursor on this, and when the pointer comes on this, press left mouse button. Press left mouse button, drag it. First select it, drag it, and this one. Now it comes here, this one. In this way you can move from one drawing to another drawing. Okay, in this way, if there is a need to transfer one object, you are making more drawings. In here, in the tab section, these are the file tabs. Suppose here you can move from here one drawing, and now I'm second drawing, first drawing, and by just drag it, just select it. Whole object has to select, and just bring your cursor on this and press left mouse button and drag this one. In this way you can bring one object or one drawing to another drawing. I hope you would have enjoyed in my this. You please like, share and subscribe please subscribe my this channel. Thank you very much. Thank you.